Rife Karen Huger Guilty on DUI charges, faces prison time. The Real Housewives of Potomac star Karen Huger was recently found guilty of DUI following a Maryland car crash back in March. Both witnesses and body camera footage gave an insight into the incident. The star now faces time in prison. The incident took place back in March in Potomac, Maryland. Huger has been part of the Real Housewives of Potomac since it began in 2016. In 2022, she was also the subject of a two-part special, Karen's Grande Dame Reunion. Back in March, Huger was the subject of a car crash in Potomac, Maryland. Allegedly, Huger drove her Maserati into a pole near Oakland Drive. This past Wednesday, as noted by Fox 5, Huger was found guilty of 5 DUI and DWI charges over the incident. There had also been a 6th charge of reckless driving. However, it was ultimately dismissed. Witnesses on behalf of both prosecutors and the defense, as well as body camera footage, helped to paint a picture of the incident. For Huger's defense, 2 witnesses, including Huger's cousin, claimed that the star was emotionally distressed. However, it was claimed she did not seem impaired during a phone call taking place before the crash. Huger's attorneys also hoped to get the case dismissed, saying that evidence was obtained through illegal efforts. However, the motion was denied. Karen Huger's attorney also released a statement over the news. The prosecutors, however, argued that other witnesses and footage showed that Huger was intoxicated. According to the footage, Huger appeared to slur her speech, refuse a sobriety test, and curse at officers. Reportedly, an emergency medical technician also similarly claimed that Huger refused treatment and insulted the first responders on the scene. At this time, the star could face a maximum of 2 years in prison. Her sentencing is expected to take place on January 29, 2025. As Fox 5 noted, the case has drawn significant attention, with fans and critics of the reality TV star closely watching the proceedings. In a statement with People, Huger's attorney, A. Scott Bolden, released the following statement. Although we are disappointed in the jury's verdict, we of course respect their decision and appreciate their time hearing our case. The statement continued, we continue to reserve Mrs. Huger's right to an appeal and intend to fully pursue justice on her behalf. We appreciate your support and prayers for Mrs. Huger and her family at this time. The publication also noted that Huger's arrest served as a central storyline on the 9th season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. In a scandalous turn of events that has rocked Potomac's elite social circles, Karen Huger, the self-proclaimed Grand Dame of Potomac, has been found guilty of DUI charges and now faces the looming possibility of prison time. The courtroom was packed with reporters, fans, and even a few of Karen's co-stars from the hit reality show The Real Housewives of Potomac. As the verdict was read aloud, a hush fell over the room, a dramatic moment that felt ripped straight from the pages of a soap opera. The drama began months ago when Karen was pulled over late at night after attending a charity gala in downtown D.C., according to police reports. Her black luxury SUV was seen swerving erratically through traffic. When stopped, officers reported a strong scent of alcohol and noted that Karen's speech was slurred. Despite her protests, field sobriety tests were conducted, and Karen was ultimately arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence. For weeks following the arrest, Karen remained tight-lipped about the incident, releasing only a carefully crafted statement through her publicist. I have always taken my responsibilities to this community seriously and would never intentionally put anyone in harm's way, the statement read. I ask for privacy as I navigate this personal matter with my family. However, the lack of transparency only fueled speculation and scrutiny. In true Housewives fashion, the scandal became a major storyline on the current season of Rife. Cameras captured Karen's initial denial, her tearful conversations with husband Ray Huger, and tense exchanges with her castmates. Giselle Bryant and Robin Dixon, never ones to miss an opportunity to call out their frenemy, speculated openly about Karen's real drinking habits. "The Grand Dame has always loved her champagne," Giselle quipped in a confessional, "but maybe she's been sipping on something stronger lately." Meanwhile, Ashley Darby and Candy S. Dillard Bassett tried to tread more lightly, offering their support but privately wondering how this scandal would affect Karen's image. "Karen is the epitome of grace and class," Candy S. said during one episode. "This is not her. This is a moment, and moments can pass." Despite the drama unfolding on screen, the real turning point came in the courtroom. Karen's legal team mounted a vigorous defense, arguing that their client was not intoxicated, but merely exhausted from the long gala evening. They pointed to her years of philanthropic work and her pristine public record as evidence of her character. However, the prosecution presented damning evidence, including body cam footage and a breathalyzer test showing Karen's blood alcohol level was well over the legal limit. The trial was nothing short of a media circus. Fans of RHOP lined up outside the courthouse, waving signs that read "Free the Grand Dame" and "Justice for Karen." Inside, the tension was palpable as each testimony painted a different picture of Potomac's queen bee. Ray Huger's testimony, in particular, tugged at heartstrings. "Karen has always been the rock of our family," he said, his voice quivering with emotion. "We all make mistakes. I just hope the court can see the wonderful person she truly is." Despite the emotional pleas, the jury's decision was unanimous. Karen Huger was found guilty on all counts. The judge, while acknowledging her contributions to the community, made it clear that no one is above the law. "Driving under the influence is a serious offense," the judge stated. "It endangers lives and it cannot be excused, regardless of one's social standing or good deeds." Now Karen faces the possibility of serving time behind bars. Legal experts suggest she could be looking at anywhere from 6 months to a year in prison, though her lawyers are expected to file an appeal. The sentencing hearing is scheduled for next month, and all eyes will be on the courthouse once again. Back in Potomac, the fallout has been swift and dramatic. Karen's business ventures, including her fragrance line and ambassador roles, are reportedly under review by their respective partners. Meanwhile, the other housewives are grappling with what this means for their dynamic. Will Karen's legal troubles strengthen her bond with some castmates while alienating others? Or will the Grand Dame use this moment to stage one of her most epic comebacks yet? "Karen's always been a phoenix," Wendy Osefo remarked in a recent interview. "She rises from the ashes every single time. This might knock her down, but I wouldn't bet against her." For Karen, the road ahead is uncertain. In a brief statement to reporters outside the courthouse, she maintained her composure, flashing a small, defiant smile. "I accept the court's decision and will face the consequences," she said. "But let me be clear, this is not the end of the Grand Dame. Not by a long shot." Fans of The Real Housewives of Potomac are already speculating about how this will play out on the show's next season. Will Bravo cameras follow Karen through her legal journey? Could this be the catalyst for a redemption arc? Or will the weight of the scandal prove too much, even for someone as resilient as Karen Huger? One thing is certain, the Grand Dame's story is far from over. Whether in the courtroom, on the show, or in the hearts of her fans, Karen Huger remains a force to be reckoned with. And while the gilded facade of Potomac's high society may have been tarnished, it's clear that the drama is only just beginning.